Thank you so much for meeting me. As you know, we're taking Value Coffee to Maker's Month, and along the way, we're meeting amazing coffee entrepreneurs, people who are sort of in coffee world and these sorts of things, and we couldn't resist coming to see you. So if you'd let me know a little bit about yourselves or what you're doing here, that would be amazing.
Bye.
Gabriel and Francesco, Colombian and Sicilian, South Italy, hiding, both no drinking coffee 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yes, definitely.
I don't like coffee.
We didn't like coffee. Well, I didn't like the espresso situation.
First, me in Colombia, I was so Cali than before. Even if I know we do coffee, in the past years, it was only like pasilla.
Yep.
So all the defects. So I didn't really like the burnt pizza flavor of coffee.
So, 10 years we met at the university.
Okay.
And we're in this very small place called Bra, where there is an international university about food. We said gastronomic science, that we are foodie, very intrigued by genetics and all the things. And there was a place doing serving filter coffee. And she took me on a date, tried filter coffee, said, I don't take coffee. So she said, no, you have to try this coffee. And there was a click immediately when we understood the flavors and what we were, feeling in that coffee. It was very similar to the thing that we used to study in wine, in cheese, in beer and other things. So we started our journey from 2016 to 2020 and 21. Yeah, just discovering, studying, and trying, and so on. We bought, during COVID, we bought a 200-pound sample roaster, the one that you see there. And we started some experiments at home. And then we decided to move to Colombia.
Oh, wow.
So we moved to Colombia because we wanted to understand from the agricultural point of view.
And what year was that?
Was right.
21.
And to go what, nearing coffee, or just to go and explore and
explore? We wanted because when we were here, so before 2000, between 2017 and 2020, we were discovering all the coffee shop, all the consumer point of view, and also like the roaster. But we, because of the university, we felt that there was missing something, and for us, it was all the agricultural part. So we decided to go to Colombia. We stayed in Bogota, and then we moved to different regions, visited different producers, and to understand also, like, our idea at the beginning was also to open the roaster here with a accessible price for the coffee, so lower price with good coffee. But once we were in Colombia, we understood it was really cool. Like it's almost impossible. So
how long were you in Colombia for?
1 year.
1 year. Yeah, you were working with, you were sort of exploring with the farmers. Yeah.
With some producers, then we started also buying the coffee, roasting in a cellar there.
So was that the first time you started roasting coffee? Out that, or just on the little two?
In this with the 200 grams, and then we moved there and like started also roasting there. But I think 8 months, after our 3 hours in Colombia, we look at each other and say, wow, all the things that we are learning here, the add value to be coming back to Europe.
Yeah.
And try to, talk a little bit more about,
I mean, was that when you first thought maybe we'll try it as a business?
Yes.
So was that quite scary?
Definitely. also thinking to Italy.
Yeah.
So the bureaucracy and planning and the market.
What's it like trying to set up? Like, how bad is that? That bad?
The official answer is we came back from Colombia with a lot of positivity, with a lot of optimistic point of view. So the energy of Colombia. So we said we want to share the kind of the optimistic point of view. So it's a matter of understanding the roots of the game.
Yeah.
And the roots in Italy are very, strict and a lot of roots. It's challenging. It's very challenging.
What's the strictest part? Is it about sort of health and safety, or is it? Especially.
Rules and regulations about architecture, especially.
For example, we didn't want to do this wall, but because we have instruments that remind to a coffee shop, and we cannot have the license because they ask you about around 75 square meters to have the license. So they say to us, okay, if you don't cook the wall, nobody can come because like you will think that you are serving coffee, it have ovens, say, I know, boilers, espresso machine and everything. So with this, that place is like the dirty part of the space. This is our bar where we do all the recipes and everything. So in that, like,
How would you sum up your business? You sort of,
So we have roastery.
yep.
We have roastery 100%. We do just rum and coffee. From one origin, we talk about, we have different files from varieties, from different fermentation, different territories, of course, different roasting. You have more simple roasting and coffee for espresso, for mocha, everyday mocha nearly. And we have more enthusiastic, funky situation. I think the red line, the common line with our coffees, that we try to know personally the producers.
Are the coffees that you were roasting on the producers you were with back in the day?
Yes, we go every year in Colombia and select a coffee and menu producer. Yes, 100%. Every year it's part of our project. And sometimes people do not understand how challenging. I think it's the line is of the last trip that we did in the trip like 1 month ago in January, January, because we were driving from Medellin to Rao. It's like 90 kilometers of up in the mountains, and we look each other and say, wow, people really do not understand how challenging it is for coffee producer to, why we're doing this? Actually, maybe we won't find coffee with company and then what's the point of doing this? And so we're trying to raise also a little bit of awareness about, without being too practical shit about how important it is to understand our culture, people, the production, consistency, and, think of and so on. So that's, it's our part of the job also to share the kind of story from this situation. Even if the market is not so ready yet, like Northern Europe or US, Australia. So I think this is the main challenge.
Yeah.
So that we at some point too much parallelistic. Yeah. Also on the value that we put on, because again, obviously it's coffee. Yeah. So we can't put so much value from that on the coffee. So.
And so what do you learn about it? I mean, I imagine being up and down is like, and you said it, although it's challenging moving around. I mean, we were in Ethiopia the other day, and you just open your eyes and go, oh my God. I mean, this is part of my job. This is amazing. What you love about, what
exactly
you
that I'll say. Like working with producers, it makes a difference for us. Yeah. Like if I think, and maybe if I have opened a roaster that buy coffee only through importers, so looking like a price list and everything, and asking for samples and taking the samples in the lab, and that's all, like that's my sourcing. I think I would have opened the roaster. Like we really enjoy going there, talking to producers.
It seems to be very focused on the origin, on the source, which is amazing, because I think some roasters get lost on almost that side of things when it becomes.
At the end of the day, for us, it's also like an important thing to know the your coffee, like the material, like the beans. Yeah. Because we know if it's raining too much, for example, right now it's raining too much in Colombia, so we know what to expect for the next harvest. Yeah. And we know more or less how the coffee could be, so we understand a little bit more.
Feedbacks from producers, new producers, it's a shame they're going on. So from 2021 to today, we have been seeing so much trends going on. So we were there when there were 100 hours fermentation RPA. It could be like that.
And then, for example, every year that we go to Colombia, we see a variety that they are sent to plant a lot. Yeah. So we kind of like see in advance what's going to arrive. So
and what about the last part of the jigsaw puzzle? Selling it to the attaches. How are you finding that? Because I think the UK market kind of got this idea quite quickly, but what's it like here? Many imagine.
It's challenging.
It's challenging. Well, I think in general, Italy, how I explain the situation, Italy takes longer time to be get the fundamental, to get the situation right. So still people say, oh, Oh, you are new in the town, so it's almost 3 years. So in Italy, if you're going up to a bank, if you go to some investors, it's quite easy to, for them to say, you have to plan 5 years. So 5 years is good, go with Javi, but you have to break even. Say, well, 5 years is in London, if you're going to plan 24 months, 36 months maximum, it's maybe they're looking at you and a little, suspect. So here is lower and lower and lower. We are in the city of coffee, we're in the city of Lavazza, of Costa d'Oro, was the traditional coffee. So we are also seeing a lot of open space. For new people to really understand differences, also from the health point of view, to digestion and lighter.
Do you something that the younger generation maybe more interested in these sort of space? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And I'll say also lately, because of the price of coffee is getting higher, most people are starting to ask themselves, okay, what's going up? Like, why the price at the supermarket price that much? So more people are coming here also to know a little bit more. Yeah. And at the end they say, okay, it's true that I pay a little bit more for your coffee, but the difference is lower than before. Yeah. So if they really appreciate the taste, they are like...
No, it's both, but it's, the challenge of the market is we are very great users of espresso machine. So the espresso culture is very important here, that the single shot espresso very fast, 40 seconds, you came in, you raise your rate, you don't say coffee, you say, your barista got you. It's a very quick situation. You go, it's €1, now it's €1.50 and people is complaining, from the €1.50, I changed my battery, €1 it's $20. And so it's not easy to adapt to the kind of things that we don't believe. We understand why it exists, that we really don't believe in the kind of system. So we are taking it a little bit slower. It's challenging, we are challenging with challenges, but we, I think one of the most important things that we eat is really play. But I have a very pessimistic financial plan. Very pessimistic here, my player. To also,
And you can only be happy.
You need to do in this way, so don't we invest so much money on wheat coffee and high quality, even if it's not just steal from from the market. We try to they put it out, push it, and so it's lower, but I think it's changing, and I think the great satisfaction we have is when 60 over 60 over 70s 80 ladies from Turin hunting and say, can you give me a kilo of Nariño, because this is very retail active when you try to make sure so they can different audiences do it.
But yeah, Tony, but well done, you guys. I mean, we've done it ourselves, setting up Roastery. It's not easy. It's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. But this place is just absolutely lovely. So thank you for meeting us. We do this thing. We're going to try and do a domino. So you can feel it. And if we give you that, and we were hoping you could give us a bag of coffee to give to the next roaster who might be in
Slovenia, Croatia,
or wherever it be.
wherever we end up.
There'll be a domino of coffees going across the world, and you're actually the very first people to.
That's fun.